Welcome to lesson 71 part 1, and I'm going to do a little series for you called Learning Golf in 7 Shots. Now, where did that title come from? Well, it came from my experience as the Welsh national boys coach, and I coached that team for 10 years. So every year I'd have a fresh batch of talented Welsh golfers, and it was my privilege and responsibility to coach them. But I very soon realised that as I coached these 32 youngsters, 16 in the south of Wales and 16 on the north, over 2 days, they all had their own home pro, and they all had their own sort of belief system in what they were trying to achieve with their golf swing. And what I didn't want to do as a national coach was cut across what the home pro was doing. So I came to the conclusion that rather than teaching the technique of the swing, I would teach the shot. So after 2 or 3 years of experience, I would say to the new recruits, you're going to be with me for a couple of years. I'm going to give you a pre-shot routine, a grip and a posture, ball position worthy of a tour pro, because nobody can tell me off for that. There's broad acceptance in the teaching fraternity what a good grip and what good posture and what good ball position is. So I said to them, you're going to stand to the golf ball and address it like you're a tour pro. And then I'm going to teach you 7 shots. A low shot, a high shot, a draw, a fade, a pitch, a chip and a putt. So the deal was, if they learned those 7 shots from the correct preparation, then guess what? They're going to end up the swing that they wanted and the one that I wanted. So we did teach the swing, but we did it by teaching the shot first. Okay? It's more important to be a shot maker than a swing maker. So let's start off with a putter. I've got myself a shot here, 50 yards, and being a links course, you'll recognise it as St Andrews. I'm just putting up the 17th green. It's about a 50-yard putt. So the simplest mechanism possible, send the ball along the ground, almost went in the bunker, a little bit lucky, came back to the right at the end. Now this is often how people start playing golf. They'll go on the municipal putting green or the crazy golf and they'll start off with a putter. So it really is entry-level stuff. You learn to aim the face, simple mechanism. The putter head goes back and through, and you can see that on a links course I can get the ball to roll. Got a little bit too far, but you can see the point. And I could probably use a putter up to 70 or 80 yards if I hit it hard enough, and the only mechanism I would have would be this one. So the shoulders, my arms and the putter are a Y shape. So you can see that in the putting mode, but a big putt from off the green, and the biggest putt I could hit would be back here somewhere. And if you've played at St Andrews and you've seen some of those double greens, you literally can have putts in excess of 70 or 80 yards. But the greens are fast, and if you hit the ball properly and keep it low, you can make the ball roll end over end. And it's amazing not only how far you can hit the ball with a putter, but how good your sense of feel becomes. The key, of course, is to roll the ball. Here we go, back and through. So the putter is very good at hitting the ball in a straight line, and you can see now I'm starting to get a feel for the distance. So if we start with this as entry level, let's now go to a mid-iron, like a 6-iron or something like that. So we're going to start off with a putt that takes off because of the loft of the club. Now, when we putt, we do so with a parallel or square stance. So our shoulders, our hips, our knees and feet are parallel to the ball target line. Now, because with this side of the ball, when we hit the ball with a straight face putter, the ball rolls end over end. Okay? So, I pull the 6-iron up my sleeve. I make it feel like a putter. I've got the blade of the club between my feet. So I'm now making the putting action, chipping the ball about 50 yards up the 17th green at St Andrews. Getting pretty good. It's going just past the flag a little bit. It's a little easier to control the distance. But what I want to get you to understand is that when we hit a shot with a square face and the arc is slightly in to square to in, already you're fostering a little bit of draw spin. So if you're trying to make the ball roll end over end the right distance, you're actually already in the draw spin family. And it's quite a clean shot, there's no divot as such, and the ball's running out to the hole. No, it couldn't, and it didn't. All right, so when you're hitting a shot to go low and to release, you're in the draw spin family. You're in a square to parallel stance. What I don't want you to do is to have an open stance when you're playing a shot to chip and run, because if you do, you get a little bit of backspin, you get a chunky contact, and you don't really know what the ball's going to do, and it certainly isn't going to roll as far as the ones that are off a square stance. Okay, so already we're into a small shot that already has draw spin. And where's the draw spin coming from? It's coming from the fact that the face is square and you're using a very strong putting stroke to make the ball go forward. All right, I'm going to change the target and we're going to hit the ball further now. So we've just gone from putting into running chip, and we've understood that even a running chip has a hint of draw spin. So let's see what happens as we make the motion a little bit larger. I go up to the middle of the grip, ball just left the centre, and I'm now going to give you the stronger motion. Okay, so it's the biggest putt I possess. I'm going to go to here, about shoulder high and through. If you've played any hockey, you'll be happy with the sort of shoulder high rule. So here we go, back and through. Now you can see I didn't quite contact it, so I actually got a little bit of cut spin. And if that got worse, particularly if I aimed left to sort of compensate, I'd get more of it. I'm looking for the blade to be square at address, my shoulders, hips, knees and feet parallel to the target line, and hitting the ball strongly using the Y shape of arms and club. Okay, so you can see I'm getting quite an effective shot, but the ball's leaking a little bit from left to right. There's a hint of fade spin, and that's how clever the GC2 launch monitor is. It picks up exactly the type of spin. But I'm looking for a draw spin shot that releases here. So hopefully third time lucky, using the Y shape, back and through. There we go. So we've got some consistency, and that ball now is starting to hold its line. It's still got a hint of fade. So let's just see if we can finish off this section with a proper draw spin shot. Okay. Good. I pulled that a little bit, but you can see the draw spin is there. So where's the draw spin coming from? It's not coming from the flip of the hands, it's coming from the fact the blade is square and we use the Y shape of shoulder, arms and club to drive the ball forward. So we've learned a low shot, but that low shot hopefully has a hint of draw and the ball will release.